Hello, welcome in to Pixel Yaps, starring me, Cesire, and my co-host.
Loonaromi, hello.
That's right, we here.
We're here
What is
in our
this? Third?
episode 4,
Four?
third. I
I don't
know.
know. We've been
I
doing
feel
this
no,
for
this is our 4th
okay.
because we had the Steam Next Fest and we had the post Steam Next Fest and we had our
Mhm.
first wild one, and now this is
Right.
the one after that, right? So this is the
Yes.
4th.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
So this is our fourth
Great
episode of
start.
Pixel Yaps, and Luna, unfortunately, is feeling a little bit rough in the throat. So if things are a
Yeah.
little bit wonky, um, sorry.
Yeah, I hope I'll be audible. Sess did turn me up, so
Yeah, you're good so
yeah,
far.
good.
All
Should be
right.
good.
So,
I do want to quickly note something, just
mhm.
to make sure we don't have any confusions. Today's podcast is taking place on the 22nd of July, and will likely be uploaded to YouTube and Spotify on the 23rd of July. So anything we talk about when we say today, we're talking about the 22nd of July. So,
Okay.
it's just so that when we talk about release dates and stuff,
Yes,
that
yes.
people know this, that people are aware of it.
All
Yeah.
right. There
Okay,
you
carry
go.
on.
Well, we have I mean, it's a little bit of a quieter week, a quieter month maybe. But we do still have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Starting with I think Loonaromi's favorite subject and favorite game. Tell us about the
Uh-oh.
Cyberpunk update.
Okay, I'm gonna be real here with you. Gonna be
Mhm.
very real,
Right.
very like unexpected from Luna because Luna's all cyberpunk A, cyberpunk that yay. But I am, I think to say disappointed is not the right way. Everybody before the update, before it was announced what it was going to be, was going crazy with assumptions of what it would be,
Oh boy.
And I was like, the whole time I thought like, okay, well, all these things would be incredible. I don't think it's going to be any of those things, but I'm not gonna lie, it did get my hopes up. And it did turn out to be exactly what I thought it would be, which was basically just some more quality of life updates, which are nice. It does make the game more immersive, like Delamain. Once you've done his quest now, he's actually available as a taxi service. Before he wasn't, which I think is a really good addition because what the heck, you have an AI taxi service in Night City and then you do his quest, but then you never get to use him again.
Right?
What,
Yeah, yeah.
So I do think that was a really good addition. Like, props on that. And then we got some new cars. We got a new motorcycle. We got to finally color our motorcycles, which we weren't able to do before. And they added more photo mode options. Just a bunch of little improvements to mostly things that already existed. Now with one of the new motorcycles, or I think also one of the new cars, there's actually a small new kind of um quest that opens up. I
Okay.
did do the motorcycle one this morning. Funny enough, my game glitched, so I never actually got the motorcycle. Like, the container opened that was supposed to have the big reveal of the motorcycle, and it just wasn't there. So,
Okay.
yay. Um,
Yay.
I do recommend every time when there's an update with Cyberpunk that you just reinstall the game, especially if you've been playing it heavily, just so that it can kind of have like a reset point.
Mhm.
Usually when I do that, I never have any bugs. I didn't do that this time, and I'm like having all of the bugs,
Oh
like all
no.
of them. I had a bunch of NPCs yesterday. Last night I was playing a little bit. I had a bunch of NPCs spawn in the middle of a fire and then scream because they're all burning alive. Um, you know?
As they
So,
do.
yeah, as they do, exactly. So, yeah, it's like I said, I'm not exactly disappointed. It's exactly what I expected it to be, which I guess curbs the excitement a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, and you kind of let
Yeah.
your hopes, your imagination run a
Yeah.
little
So
bit.
like my husband was saying
Oh
because there
no.
was there is a multiplayer mod that is in the works for Cyberpunk, and there hasn't been any recent updates on it. So he was like, "Oh, maybe they did that thing that dev companies like to do where they like hired the person and now they're like gonna bring this up on the next update." And he was so sure that that was gonna be the update,
Oh
and it
no.
wasn't. So yeah, it's a good update. It adds got a lot of quality of life things. Oh, another really cool thing that it adds, which I think will be really cool for people that don't like driving in Night City. I love driving in Night City, so it's not for me. But there is an auto drive now. Like you can select the location that you want to go to, and you can auto drive, and your car will auto drive there, or your motorcycle, which also means that you can, like, enjoy the drive there through, like, a scenic camera kinda thing,
Yeah.
and you can just enjoy, like there's last update, they added Johnny being able to occasionally spawn in if you're driving in a car, so you can
Oh.
just enjoy you and Johnny having a conversation and not having to focus on the road if you wanna do that.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty
mean,
yeah,
I
it's
I
pretty cool.
like that because it was always a little bit weird. Because, like, of course, a lot of people want to drive, right? But like,
Yeah.
even Grand Theft Auto or whatever had like the trains and stuff.
Mm.
So it was always like a little bit weird that you couldn't.
I mean, it did add the Metro a few updates ago, so, like,
Yeah.
there's now fast travel and the Metro. The Metro is pretty cute, not gonna lie.
Okay, that's cool.
Um, but yeah, it's a QL update. It's good. It's decent.
All right, all right.
Reinstall Cyberpunk though, otherwise you'll have like random people spawning in fire. So
Oh,
yeah.
um, okay. Uh. All right, well there you go. There's some cyberpunk. We're all still, of course, just eagerly waiting for any crumbs of news about Cyberpunk 2, which
Oh my god,
we
Project
obviously
Orion.
hope for multiplayer. I mean, so like
I mean,
my oh, go ahead.
they did say that it's gonna be in a like Atlanta type city is the inspo for it. That's what I know. Like that's what Mike Pondsmith has said in an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Um A lot of people are a lot of people like, "Oh my god, I can't wait to see V return." I'm like, "Guys, no." Like, that's not if you've played through the ending of Cyberpunk, that's not gonna happen no matter which ending you play, like, Cyberpunk 2077, that is V's story, just like
Yeah.
Edge Runners was David's story. They're
Yeah.
gonna have a new character.
Well, you don't want to, especially in a world like Cyberpunk, as big as it is and as full of characters as it is, like it would
Oh
be a
my god, yeah.
disservice to
Absolutely.
follow the same person. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I find it. I mean, we always thought originally because Cyberpunk was in development forever. We always thought that we were going to be like creating our own character, a la, I don't know, MMOs or something. But
Yeah.
um, it made sense from a story standpoint to have a set character with variations in personality rather than trying to sandbox a player character.
Mhm. I will say, have you ever played Starfield?
Um, Wait,
You know, the space game that Bethesda released?
no. For a second, my brain died. And I was like, what do you mean? And I was thinking of all the Star games I know. And I was like, she can't
No.
mean the Pixel game.
No,
Oh boy.
definitely not the Pixel game.
So
But
no.
anyways, my point is, Starfield has a pretty decent character creation, and not just can you customize the heck out of your character, but I mean, like, also you kind of get to build your character's backstory a little bit, and depending on that, apparently I didn't play it through. I basically created a character, went to the main planet, and was like, "This is not what I'm looking for in a game." To be fair, this was before Fandom Liberty, and all I
Hmm.
wanted to do was play Cyberpunk, and I was trying to get my Cyberpunk itch from Starfield, which was probably
Which,
not the right call.
yeah, no, not a good idea.
Um, but what was really cool was the character creation because, like, not just did you get to customize the heck out of your character, but you got to kind of like mold together a backstory. And depending on what you molded together in that backstory and the initial customization, you got some different quests throughout the game and stuff, you know?
Hmm.
Um, so I do have to say, I think it'd be kind of interesting if they ended up doing something like that, where you can kind of like choose a few different character distinctions, you know?
Yeah.
Backdoor, not just like corpo nomad or street kid, but more than that. You know what I mean?
Well, it
Um,
comes from a
yeah.
tabletop RPG, so I mean,
Mhm.
it's built for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they
Exactly.
could do
Yeah.
it, but we also have to recognize the amount of extra work that it is, especially at the level of mocap that they do for
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. Like
Yeah.
that's the real issue because I'm like, well, yeah, but Starfield doesn't have to deal with like looking real.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's such an immersive game. I love
Yeah,
Cyberpunk.
yeah.
Everybody should
And
play it.
so that's why I'm hoping that Cyberpunk 2. So like one of the things that really bummed me out about Cyberpunk and it's not really they just ran out of time, but like it
Yeah.
felt like I couldn't interact with the world in very many ways. Like they have all those food places and you couldn't just like sit there and eat. I mean, there are a couple that you
Mhm.
do for like story and stuff, but like
Mhm.
it just never felt like I could interact with the world itself. And so I'm
Well,
hoping
and I
for
feel
more of
like
that.
yeah, and I feel like that's what they've been doing with these updates, with these recent updates, like 2.3, now I think this is
Yes,
2.4
I
and
would
whatnot.
agree.
They've been kind of adding they've been getting the game to where they wanted it to be for release, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
which is fair. I mean, it's hard.
I kinda love that the game is, like, what, 5 years old now? And they didn't just shelf it, you know? They're working on their next game, and they're still not just shelving this game. Like, there's still love being poured into this game, and
Yeah, yeah.
that's something I love about it. That yeah, it's still being looked after.
Well, yeah, and it gives you more faith to play the next iteration because you're like, well,
Absolutely.
they kept this one going and
Uh-huh.
added more than they had to. Because I mean, technically they released a full game. Like
Oh, yeah.
maybe it wasn't what we
Absolutely.
were all looking for, but it was a game. It was a full game. It was a
Mhm.
well-made game. Sure, it was a little buggy for like console one at the beginning, but like, come on now.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah, it's
It's a
in a
good
very good
game.
state these days.
Oh my god. I could go on and on about
Yeah,
Cyber
yeah.
we could do a whole episode of Cyberpunk, honestly.
We'll move on. Okay, so I guess next we can talk a little bit about Guild Wars 2 because all of the friendos have been playing it, and you were
I'm gonna
mentioning
be
that you
playing
were
it tomorrow.
yeah, Luna's gonna stream
Yeah.
some tomorrow if you can believe it. And she's a total noob.
Yeah.
How many characters have you made and remade, Luna? She
Mhm.
doesn't want to answer. So Luna has this hilarious problem, okay, where she will get into Guild Wars again because like we've been talking about it or whatever, like we get her excited about Guild Wars and she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play. And then she logs in and she looks at her character and then she's like, I can do better. And she either makes a new character or like deletes and restarts. And then she spends the whole time making her character and like trying to fashion wars and then she's done until like a couple months later when it catches her interest again.
So I technically wanna go back on my initial character. I
Yeah.
do. But I feel like it's been so long that story-wise, I just don't know what really happened anymore. And there's probably gonna be a lot of little things, mechanics and whatnot in the game that I'm not gonna remember how to do. So the best way I can think of to just relearn everything is to just start anew, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I get
And
I,
that
I
doesn't
get
mean I'm not
that.
gonna hop back to that old character, because I do love her and, Cess got me special hair on her, so
Well,
I
and
kinda feel
you
like
you
I owe it
need
to
to
Cess.
well, you need to keep some characters because of the birthday presents that Guild Wars 2
Yeah,
has.
exactly.
They're really good. Don't delete
Um,
your Guild Wars 2 characters unless you have a ton.
she's the only one that I have never deleted. She's the one that remember the one that we thought initially looked like Yennefer?
Mhm.
That's still her. She's
Yeah.
just changed a bunch since, but that's still her.
So yeah, Guild
Oh
Wars
god.
2, they've been kind of ramping up promotion for their next expansion, which comes out in October. And the exciting thing, and the reason that maybe some of you might have seen it a bit more on socials, is that they did something once again that they teased us and said that they probably weren't going to do, which is to add a whole new set of what Guild Wars 2 calls elite specializations, which are
Oh?
basically they're basically like new ways to play the existing classes. So like that's how
Okay.
Ranger got Druid, for example, when Heart of Thorns
Hmm.
came out. And so we haven't seen new elite specs for. Did we get them in End of Dragons? I don't remember. We haven't seen them for a chunk of expansions, especially the newer ones since they started their new release cycle, which is more in
Hmm.
line with like ESOs. Um,
Right, right.
but yeah, they kind of like we had, obviously we had asked about them and they got, they were like, oh, we're not gonna, I don't know if we'll do that because it's a lot of work, a lot of balancing. And because originally they were tied to weapons. And so, like, you would get an
Yeah.
elite spec and you'd get a new weapon for your class. But as of Secrets of the Obscure, a couple expansions ago, uh, they started decoupling those weapons from the classes, like from the specializations, so that you could
Hmm.
use them even if you weren't traded into it, so that you didn't
Okay.
lose the ability to use a weapon, which is really, really nice. And so like I feel like that created some nice a little bit less work for the balance team because they didn't have to think about a weapon anymore. And now they only need to
Hmm.
think about trait lines and utility skills and stuff like that. So people are really excited. And then the reason people are even more excited, at least a big subset of people, is because some of the specializations that we know about, so they haven't fully released all of them. They've teased us endlessly. But some of the ones we know about, or we think we know about, are throwbacks to Guild Wars 1. So for Necromancer, Ritualists, like you'll hear Guild Wars 1 players talk about Ritualists all the time. Um,
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
yeah, yeah. So it's really exciting for the Guild Wars 1 players, and because the
Okay.
last couple expansions we have kind of touched on that Guild Wars 1 lore, um,
Okay.
which has been, interesting. Even as a person who didn't play Guild Wars 1, um, it's been really interesting for me because I get a little bit of that story that people really fell in love with.
Hmm.
And it looks like Sir Twixter says we did get End of Dragons specializations, and he's totally right. Because that's when we got the Mechanist for Engineer, where we got a robot.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so people are excited. It's a good time to jump back into the game and get yourself prepared, I guess. They're adding even more uh, PvE legendaries, so that you don't have to
Uh,
do any of the PvP for them.
I
Um,
am not personally. I'm not like stressing myself with getting caught up at all.
well, of course not.
I just I don't have a lot of time to play extra
No.
games outside of streams. I'm like, this is a great time because there's hype now, right?
Yep, there's hype.
So, it's a great time to try it again on stream, and then I'll be able to try it again, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, and
but I do
maybe
think I
on
have
stream.
quite a bit of content to get through.
Yeah, well, and maybe on stream we'll focus you a little. Not much, but a little. You might do something instead of just remaking your character. I'm
I don't
sorry, it's
know.
just
I don't
so
know.
funny.
Might spend an hour or two in character creation. It's
uh,
not unheard of.
well, and actually, we have a couple of my community members, like just Fabros and Dargis that are playing too. So you even have more people on EU to help you out.
Yeah, but I have an
Um,
A account.
well, then you got me.
Remember?
I forget. That's right. I did bring you to NA.
You
Well,
did,
you
you
got me
did.
then. You got me. I'm gonna carry you. Never mind. Sorry,
Figure it out.
Fabros. Got him excited. But yeah,
Sorry.
that's kind of my Guild Wars 2 spiel. It's a good time. And leveling a character even in base game is just so much easier than it used to be. Like you just get experience for everything. Um, and all kinds of extra experience and stuff. So,
Mm.
yeah, I'm excited for your journey. Hopefully, it continues.
Maybe I'll stick to it this time.
It's hard. It's hard to play
There's
multiple
so many games.
MMOs.
Yeah, and like
I don't
I've been
even
wanting to
stream
get back
Guild
into.
Wars too much.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get back into. I've been kind of getting back into Final Fantasy. I'm kind of waiting for the husband to catch up, but honestly, I just shouldn't because that never happens. Um, and obviously, I still play ESO, and ESO's Writhing Wall event is happening soon, so I need to catch up on the story there. And then I'm not gonna lie, I feel like MMOs and gacha games, especially like open world gacha games like Genshin, Wuthering Waves, um, the other one I can't think of right now, um, are so time consuming, you know? Because there's so many different mechanics, and because the world is so large, the story feels so large because you're traveling to all these different locales, right? And it's just a massive time sink. So when your mains are like MMOs and gachas, yeah, you don't have a lot of time for anything else.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of
Yeah.
gotchas, that's actually a nice segue into, I believe you wanted to talk some Genshin?
Oh my god, yes. So I feel like I haven't 100% caught up in all the Genshin stuff. So I played Genshin since it released on PC. I think it was first like on PlayStation, if I remember right, and then it released on PC later. But I've played it since it's released on PC. And I kind of quit at the end of Sumeru, beginning of like Sumeru at the beginning of Fontaine.
Hmm.
And I what I did is I rushed through Sumeru, which is like a foresty, jungly area, because I was really curious about Fontaine because they add underwater areas there, and I love underwater areas. And so I then went into Fontaine, like explored more or less the entirety of the map, and was like, okay, cool. Let me start the story. Didn't like how the story started, and then I quit. Um, then I quit playing for the rest of Fontaine, and then the next expansion, which was Natlan, which was like fire area. Um, Natlan didn't get me at all because it was like desert area, and I'm really sorry. Desert is like my least favorite biome in any game. I just played way too much of it in a different game early on, so now whenever I see a desert biome, I'm like, "Ugh, no, not again." Um,
Okay.
I'm scarred, I've been traumatized. Um, and now they're, releasing they've been advertising their next expansion, which is Not Cry. Not Cry is like I think the ice area essentially. So every area has like a god of that area, so to say. They're called archons, right? And so like the where you begin with is Mondstadt. Mondstadt's like the god of air essentially, and so on and so forth. And so now the next one they're doing is Notcry, which has the archon, the god of ice.
Oh, okay.
And I always like ice themes, so I was always excited about this. But holy moly, the characters they just announced today? Like, I feel like the past 3 expansions have been kind of, apart from a few exceptions, have been kind of met on the characters. Like, Genshin's a gacha game, so your whole thing is you pull for different characters.
Right.
And the next set of characters that they just first of all, they didn't even properly tease them. Like, there was a small tease about a couple of them last week, and today they just, like, showed all of them. Like, this morning, they showed all of them, and I was like, "Oh my god," and these are characters that have been in the lore since the very beginning. Like, there's one character, her name is Alice. She's Klee's mom, she's this all-powerful witch character, and she's been talked about left and right in so many different instances, and you always hear of this mystical Alice kinda thing. And I've always been curious about her, and we're actually gonna be getting her, and I'm so excited. Like, I cannot wait to get Alice, and we're getting Columbina, which is another really cool character, and just so many good characters, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna have to, like, I don't know, pull a bank job or something to be able to get all these characters, because like, there's no way.
Would you say you are in danger?
I am in very, very big danger.
Well, now, so I haven't played Genshin. I mean, how much of the currency like can you earn if you have the time?
I feel like you can earn a fair amount, honestly. The problem is, um, the problem is the pity. So they do have a pity system, which is
Right.
nice, obviously. But it's pretty high in the sense that um I think don't quote me on this, like do your own
I was
research.
told to sub at this exact moment, not
But
sure
I think
why.
it's something along the lines of if you do like 50 pulls, you pull for a character 50 times, you have an increased chance of getting that character. Like there's banners, right? So every banner you have a set amount of characters that you can get. And so if there's like a new limited 5-star character, at 50 you have an increased chance of getting it. At 75 you're guaranteed, I think, at a 5-star, a like emphasis on a 5-star. This means it can be the limited one. It can also be any other 5-star that already exists in the game. So there's a chance, it's like a 50-50 chance to get that 5-star, the limited one. And then I think you pull another, what is another 50 times or something like that. And then the next pity, basically, you are guaranteed the limited 5-star. So it can be sadly quite predatory in that
Uh-huh.
sense. But if you do all the story, you do all the like hard content, like the I guess trials, so to say, with your characters and stuff, and you participate in all the events, as long as you like pick your favorite characters that you really want to pull for and you just save up to those, I feel like you have a pretty good chance of getting them. But you definitely will not be able to get every single limited time character that comes out if you're free to play.
Right, right. Which I mean makes sense.
Yeah.
They
So yeah.
gotta have the gotcha to make the monies.
Absolutely. This last one that came out, Skirk, I loved her for a very long time. Again, she's like one of those characters that you've heard of for a very long time, and they finally released her, and I love her design. And I probably would not have been able to get her if it wasn't for a very ridiculously kind community member who basically gifted me her.
Was it Dio?
Yeah, it was Dio. So yeah, I was able to get her and her weapon because they do have weapons too that you can pull for, which are like the ideal that you want to use for them, but you
Okay.
don't have to. So yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry. I rambled on. I
No,
love Genshin. I
you're
love the
good.
characters.
That's why we segued to Genshin so that you could ramble. This podcast is called Pixel Yaps, Luna. What were you
Yeah.
expecting?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought there was less yapping, you know.
I question why you would think such a thing.
I still think we should have gone with Pixel Yaks, but you know.
I still think people would have thought we were going to be talking about yaks. I didn't want to evoke that and not have yaks. I'm sorry. I didn't want to upset the yak people. Okay, let's see. All right, well then I will segue into talking about a game that I recently finished up last week. I've been playing an adorable little game called Lil Guardsman. It was so fun. It was so somebody said it's kind of like a game called Papers, Please, where you're filling in for your dad at the guard shift. You're like 12. You're this 12-year-old girl named Lilith, and she goes by Lil.
Okay.
So you're Lil Guardsman. It's adorable. But she's so sassy, and the whole thing is fully voiced, which was really nice because it had some really fun voice acting, including a singing character.
Oh, nice.
And it actually, one of the cool things was it had a couple of settings specifically for streamers. They were like, you could turn off the voices. So say you are like me and you like to try and voice act some stuff, you would have had that option. They like gave you that option. And you could choose either the NPC voices or Lil's or both, which I thought was pretty cool.
So you could even pick and choose which one you want. That's really cool.
Yeah. And then they had another one that was very useful, which is where you could choose where the character portraits were going to pop up when the characters were talking. So
That's
normally,
like next
obviously,
level.
in games like this, you have one character popping up on one side and the other on the other because they're having a
Yeah.
dialogue, which is great unless you are a streamer, because most of us are down in that little, left-hand corner,
Mhm.
just hanging out, doing our best not to be in the way. And so it was really cool that they did it that way. So I was able to put all of my characters on the right, and I was never covering them up, which was
Okay.
awesome. Just the extra thought towards streamers is always interesting. It kind of gives you an
It's always a
idea.
welcome
Yeah,
welcoming.
it
Yeah.
gives you an idea of which studios work with streamers.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, and this was a game that I won on Blue Sky, actually. Like, I did a
Oh,
little
nice.
contest where they were like, "Hey, give us a GIF of some characters that Lil should interview," and I put Pippin and Merry from Lord of the Rings. And I managed to win myself a key, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very just clever game. Like, there's just so much comedy wrapped up in it, and just unexpected moments where you're just like,
Mhm.
okay, I did not see that coming considering the game that I'm playing. But it was really charming. Pretty
It looks
pretty
really cute.
friendly. Yeah, like, I mean, of course there was a couple that they blurred out all the swears and stuff. So it was a pretty fairly kid-friendly game, but I mean, it definitely
Nice.
some of the characters are a little extra, and
Okay.
you can die,
T-
which I did not expect.
Like the
Yeah,
character
you as
can
the
die?
like you can die. You can reach game over states, and it just rewinds you the
Oh,
day, but yeah, or like rewinds
okay.
that scenario. But it was pretty funny. I don't know. I really really liked it, and so that was they
I'm
were
so upset. I'm
go
so
ahead.
upset with myself that I basically missed you streaming this game. Like, I have no recollection of you streaming this game.
Oh yeah, it was. I think we did it on a. I don't know what day. I know we did one of the days was a Monday, so you're usually pretty busy on Mondays.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. The other one must have been a
Okay,
Friday or
okay.
something.
But it looks really cool. I'm gonna have to go back and VOD and watch it.
Yeah, it was super fun, and it's a well priced little game. You definitely get your bang for your buck, and I loved it. I loved it. It definitely put the studio's called Hilltop Studios, and it definitely put them on my radar because it was just the humor was so spot on for,
Okay.
like, our communities.
It
It was great.
had that cess spice, the forest spice.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's all. I just wanted to mention it because it's an indie game. They're small, So
Mm-hmm.
it's always good to throw that spotlight on them now that I have another platform for it.
Using all the platforms.
That's right.
There's actually on that note, Fields of Mystria had an update. Oh my god, I closed the tab. I
Oh
had the
no.
tab open, I closed it. No.
Reopen it. Open it. Oh crap, you might be in
Uh,
trouble. I have not
what?
played Fields of Mystria. Oh, if your internet was being a bully.
Oh, right.
I don't have it
Yeah,
yet.
with Fields of Mystria, it's so frustrating because I've seen gameplay of it, like further
Mm-hmm.
on gameplay. So I know it's a game that I will enjoy once I
Right.
get a little bit further. It's like, you've played Stardew, obviously. We've all played Stardew, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And d let's face it, the beginning of Stardew was slow. The first season of Stardew is pretty damn slow until you get a little bit more established, until you have a few more tools and you've met the villagers and stuff like that. The start in a lot of these cozy farm sim games is just slow. It's just the nature of them, right?
Right, right.
And that's been my problem with Fields of Mistress. I've never gotten very far in it. Um, because I get too bored at the start. I feel like the start is a little bit too slow for my taste.
Right.
But like everything I've seen, not just the art, but like everything I've seen of story later on is absolutely something I know I would enjoy. So I think I'm gonna try and just give it a go and push through and try. Um, because yeah, this is their third major update now since release. And with this, I have a little list here.
Okay.
They're adding NPC heart cap. They're raising it from 6 hearts to 8 hearts.
Ooh.
They're adding 8 heart events for dateable NPCs.
Oh
So I
my.
think it was like last major update where they started adding these events for dateable NPCs. So now I guess they're adding more. Um there's gonna be 2 different dialogues now. If you get an NPC to 8 hearts, you can choose to either go like the romantic route or the best friend route, which I really like. And I guess they're adding new dating mechanic. Then there's gonna be some new mines and monsters. And new unlockable cosmetics that you'll be able to get from those. And they're also adding some stuff to town and renown. So the renown level will be raised by 5 levels. There'll be additional requests available on the request board, additional museum sets and rewards, new town repair quests, and 2 new unlockable Saturday market vendors, plus a new festival.
Ooh.
Um, so they're adding a bunch of stuff. They're adding some new skills things as well. There's going to be additional home upgrade and player cosmetics and furniture decor. Larger storage chests. There's going to be greenhouses, which I guess wasn't a thing before.
Oh.
And also some updates to the storage chest UI specifically. So yeah, they're adding a bunch of stuff that sounds really cool and some QOL things. Yeah, I want to give it another go because it basically looks like Stardew and Sailor Moon together in one game, you know? I really like the art and it's cute. So yeah, that happened. This update happened like what, yesterday or before yesterday? So it is brand new.
Brand spanking new Fields of Mystria update. There you go. That
Yeah.
sounds good. I mean, like, so everything you listed, I'm like, yep, yep. That sounds good.
Mhm.
That sounds good. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Have you played it at all?
No, I don't have it. It's
No.
one of those
I
ones
thought
where it's
not,
just
okay.
like I know of it, but I don't. It hasn't fallen into my lap or
Fair.
fallen into my cart yet.
Yeah, fair.
Uh, but
Um,
that. How about we segue into, unless you have more to say?
on Fields? No.
Yeah. We can segue into something we both played, which was The Wandering Village. What did you think of it?
Yeah. I really loved it. I did not. So I need to play it again because if you were there on my Wandering Village stream,
Oh boy, here we go.
I didn't read the tutorial.
She
In
did not do
fact,
the tutorial.
the game gives you the option of either doing the tutorial or skipping past it, and I skipped past
And
it.
she said, and I quote, "I don't need no stinking tutorial." And how's your
I
Anbu
am
doing?
not. Yeah, well, I saved. He's still alive, technically. Technically. um, no, I don't do well with tutorials. Okay, whenever I do the tutorials, I'll do them, and then I'll just not remember anything, anyways. So I might as well skip them and figure it out, anyways, because that's what I end up doing. Anyways, I didn't do the tutorial, and I definitely struggled. I remember I did obviously, if you skip it, believe it or not, the game does throw you straight in there.
Yep.
It's just like, here's your onbu, dude, build your
Well,
village. And I'm
and do you
like,
want to hear something funny?
yeah.
If you had done the tutorial, so like the tutorial just rolls into a regular game, but it also kind of gives you a cushion. You have like a tutorial danger setting or whatever. So it gives you a bit of a cushion so you can better prepare to get into the more dangerous places. And so most likely what happened to you is, like you said, you got thrown right into the game, and I think it's kind of randomized, like where a lot of the biomes are. So you probably hit danger biomes like right away.
I don't honestly. I feel like biome wise, I was doing pretty good for a hot minute there. Um, but because I didn't do the tutorial, I didn't know a lot of the mechanics or reason why it's a good idea to maybe have a certain building or to have surplus of a certain resource or how to get more of a different resource, Um so I struggle bust through it like crazy. But it was a lot of fun and I definitely want to go back and play it some more. For anybody that's hopping into it the first time, I think I would I recommend doing the tutorial.
Well, and at the very so
Maybe.
like one nice thing I noticed about the game is you still do like even if you don't do the tutorial, I think you still have the Elder's Notebook, which is full of all the information you could ever need. But the problem
Yeah, I didn't read that.
is it's not laid out in a way that's, obvious. Like it's like a manual. It's all of the information is there, and so you don't really know what to look like. So the tutorial kind of pulled some of those out, I think, and just kind of like gave you like little quests to do, like, oh, research and build this. And it just
Yeah.
gave you a guiding pathway. I thought it was actually a really well done tutorial.
Okay.
It it didn't feel like I was getting overloaded with information, and it
Okay.
basically pushed me right into the story mode and then, let me have buildings that I was going to need.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, no, I'm used to tutorials just overwhelming me. Me just clicking everything they're asking me to click as fast as possible, just getting through it.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend having some things twice. Like I only made one, don't know what they're calling more, the water catcher thing.
Oh yeah, the air wells.
Yeah,
You need
make
multiple
more
of
of those.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, I made one singular one and I was struggling.
Well, and the other cool thing about it, the other quality of life thing that I noticed like immediately when at least I'm guessing this is a modifier that you can change in challenge modes, but in at least the tutorial mode and probably the story mode, you could build things and then you could deconstruct them and get everything back. And so there wasn't this
Yeah, that was really
stress
cool.
about like, oh God, I put this in the wrong spot and now it's stuck
Yeah.
there because I can't destroy it because I don't want to lose out on those materials. Like
I also really love that you're able to just move around the mines and stuff.
I wish it had applied to some of the other buildings. I'm gonna be honest. I
Yeah,
loved that you could
that's true.
move the logging camps and the mining camps, but I
Mhm.
thought it was gonna apply to everything, and so I was real shook. And I
Mhm.
realized I'd have to deconstruct and reconstruct to move things. I was like, dang it. I mean, I get it, but dang it.
But yeah, and it
Yeah.
is still, I think as of this moment, it's still 35% off on Steam.
Yeah, let me double check. I believe it was going for quite some time. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
35% off until July 31st. So
Yeah.
you can snag this glorious city builder game on the back of a dino for about 20
It's different.
USD.
I've played a fair bit of city builders, and this one is different, but a good different.
Yeah, disclaimer, we both did
It's
get a key. This is a
yeah, we did.
and technically, as long as my invoice was sent right, I got paid.
Oh, nice.
I know,
Yeah.
first paid promotion for real.
Nice. So yeah, thank you so much for Stray Fawn for gifting us both a key.
Yeah.
And I also think we both actually did some giveaways for it as well, didn't we? So
I
yeah.
didn't because I didn't ask for the keys because I was getting the paid
Ah,
promotion instead. So I was
fair,
just like,
fair,
I was
fair.
glad that you did. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I got
Join their
some
content creator Discord. That's all I'll say.
Mhm. Mhm. If you're a content creator, obviously. If you're not a content creator, well,
Yeah, well, you can
maybe you should
join.
reconsider.
They do have a Wandering Village Discord, and if you do join the Wandering Village Discord,
Step.
they have a free. They have a skin that you can redeem a code for.
Yeah, I actually need to
Yeah.
get that. Is that your
Um,
cat or my cat? I
that's
hear a cat.
Toast. That's my
Okay,
cat.
that's your cat. Okay.
Yeah. The most likely chat or like nobody hears it but you because you're hearing it through Discord.
Okay.
If you
Fair,
hear a
fair.
cat, it's Toast. He's fine.
He's fine. It's
But
just
yeah,
being cat.
it was really fun. I think the added difficulty of building the city on a moving platform was really interesting, and the fact that I had to
Mhm.
like make sure that I didn't sleep in the wrong spots, make sure that he was fed.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
thing. You have to feed and take care of your own
yeah,
boo. You
yeah.
can't just yeah.
And you
He
named yours.
gets
What
sick
did you name
too.
yours? Lornley?
Lorny.
Lorney. Mine was Atuine
Lorny. Atween.
from Discworld.
Okay.
Terry Pratchett books. Yeah, Toast is a proud podcast member, says Tater P Tots.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just wanted
Super
to,
proud member.
mention it again because
Mhm.
they were so kind
It
to
sucked
get
me
so
in,
many
honestly.
creators. Yeah, and they
I was
really
planning on only playing like 2 hours. They ended up doing like what, 6 hours or something on it like it? And yeah,
something
it
like
sucked
that.
me in.
Yeah, you did. You did. You started around the 3 hour or
Yeah.
yeah, you did. You did about 6 hours of that. Yeah, we played again on Monday.
Yeah.
We're playing again next Monday.
Nice.
I'm gonna finish the story.
Fair. Yeah, I need to finish it. I want to get to pink or on Buskin. I need to get to pink
Yes.
skin.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
one of my community members has been addicted to it as well. He's been trying the challenge mode to get the fiery on boo skin.
Nice. I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
But yeah, that was the Wandering Village. Check it out if you like city builders. It's super chill.
Mhm.
And you can make it not so chill through modifiers. So
Yeah.
a little bit for
There
everyone.
is also another game that Sess and I both play a little bit of. You may have heard of it. It's called Palia. Um, about last podcast, maybe about 2 weeks ago, they released their solstice update, and today, on the 22nd of July, is when the part 2 of that goes up.
They
So that
haven't
means
said
there's some
anything.
no. They haven't, but it does say it on the patch. I checked the patch notes again to make sure I got my dates right, but it
Yeah.
does say it in patch notes. So yeah, with that means there's gonna be some more cosmetics. Some of those cosmetics that I was raving about last podcast are gonna be live
Oh,
today.
okay.
And also, Magi Market will be opening up again today. So those new plushies that are available from Zeki's Magi Market claw machine will be available today. So,
Let me see if I
here's
can
your
pull up that thing with the plushies so you can see which ones we're talking about.
they're so cute.
They
So
are very
here's
cute.
your Palea Magi Market reminder. It's gonna be up now. Over the weekend, I believe, right? I don't know.
Yeah, so basically there are 3 new plushies in the claw machine. There is the Slumber Fox plush, the Trufflet plush, which people who got drops, you have a Trufflet, and
Yep.
Cutesy Kitty plush. Let me pull
Yay!
up
That's what I'm most excited for.
this.
Go figure. Luna's most excited for the white cat with the pink bow. That's totally unpredictable.
So yeah, we got, for people who are watching the video, this is the Trufflet. This is the Slumber Fox. I guess? I don't know what this Ferris is. Maybe that's the Cutesy Kitty. It's not a cat.
That's the kid. No, that's the cat.
It doesn't look, it looks like a Ferris.
It's a cat.
Okay, well that's the cat apparently. Maybe it looks more cat-like in game instead of in this photo. It doesn't look like a cat to me.
It's the cat. Fix your eyes.
I mean, you've
Fix your
seen my
greedy
ferret
little
pet.
eyes.
It looks like my ferret pet. I think it's because of the long body. Because of the way it's
Maybe.
laying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's 3 new plushies that you can only get during Magi Market, which is 1 week out of every month. And apparently, that is this week. So go to get your claw coins, you have to spend your Magi tickets.
Go hunt down the chappas.
Yeah, you're gonna need to do
And
choppa
pop them
chase and
balloons.
papa choppa.
Yeah. And if you have quests, then you can do those. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't have many of those left. But yeah, if you haven't done a lot of Magi Market, there's also quests that you can do as well. Get your tickets. Was there a guaranteed coin or?
Oh, there's also a reward if you log in until Monday.
Yeah.
I think you get like a new potato pod or something.
Potato pod and sticker pack, I believe, is what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, Potato
So there
Pod
you
and
go.
Sticker Pack. So make sure you log in between now and
And
August
Monday.
4th.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's not too much on Palea yet. I don't think we'll see another big Elderwood update for, I don't know, another week or two.
Yeah, it'll be a few
That would be
weeks.
my guess. And maybe,
Yeah.
maybe they'll take some break time. I mean, I guess we're coming up on August, so I guess we'll see
I
one
feel
in
like they've been
August.
really busy with like all the releases, so I honestly
Yeah.
wouldn't mind if they took some break. I want,
Well, and they've been mentioning they wanted to add more story quests to each one. So,
yeah.
like, I think we're getting, smaller updates, which I'm okay with, but they're more meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
In that they have, these quest lines, because there was like a good, 6 months where we
Yeah.
got nothing, and it's, because they were busy fixing the game and working on Elderwood was the big
Mm-hmm.
thing. But it's nice to see this new cadence. So we should see something. I would say in August for sure, which is surprisingly close.
You know what else is really, really close to
Oh.
releasing?
Oh, should we get up to the upcoming releases? Is that what time of
Yeah,
day
I
it
think
is?
I think
Okay.
we're around that time.
Yeah, we have some upcoming releases. We kind of try to keep it to, oh, it's covering us. I knew this was going to be a problem. I'm just going to put it here for now. I'll fix this later, y'all. This is
Let's try doing a thing.
I
For
did,
those,
and I'm
yeah.
trying to do it better. We'll get there eventually.
She made a visual for the upcoming releases.
I just need to move that back a bit. Anyway, so we've got upcoming releases. The first one, it's not in order, but the first one that Luna desperately wants to talk about. Take it away, Luna.
It's Tales of the Shire. I feel like people have been talking about this game for so long that it almost feels surreal that it's about to be out. Like we're about to actually have Tales of the Shire, you know?
Yeah.
It's coming out on the 29th of this month. So 29th of July is when it will be out. I'm trying to find I'm really bad at
It's
descriptions. I'm trying to find little descriptor things
Oh,
that people
well,
can read.
it's a cozy life sim set in the Lord of the Rings universe, specifically in the Shire. So now you can live your best hobbit life, cooking, hanging out with your hobbit friends, the NPCs. It's not multiplayer. I'm sorry, guys. Hanging out with your NPC friends. I think you can grow a garden. I'm pretty sure you can decorate your house. It's gonna be so cute.
So I'm gonna read the about if you're okay with that
Yeah, go ahead.
on the website. Um, Gandalf is extra, so I'm gonna do an old man voice. Welcome home, Hobbit. From the creative studio Weta Workshop, live the cozy life of a hobbit in the wonderfully serene landscape of the Shire. Discover, decorate, and share in this idyllic corner of Middle Earth. Join friendly hobbits and familiar faces awaiting your arrival in Tales of the Shire, a, a The Lord of the Rings game. Create your own hobbit as you set forth in Bywater. Though not yet established as an official village, the Hobbiton play a big part in helping the quaint town flourish. Greet comfort at the door as you decorate your own hobbit hole. Tend to your garden, fish at the clear ponds, forage wild fruits and herbs, or trade with townsfolk. Prepare homemade meals to share with the fellow hobbits and foster relationships. With much to see and lots more to eat, enjoy days of splendor in the picturesque forest lakes and pastures. Unwind in the place where what matters most are all the little things. Help bring the community together to achieve village status by water. Experience delight in Tales of the Shire, a The Lord of the Rings game. Coming to you July 29th.
I don't know if you should have done that with your throat the way
No,
it
I
is right
definitely did
now.
not have. Absolutely not.
Anyway, so that's Tales of the Shire, which a lot of cozy gamers are very excited for. Hopefully, it can live up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very cute. For me, it seems like it's going to be an Animal Crossing in the Shire.
I feel like that's the big thing here, right? Can it live up to the hype?
Well, I guess it depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, and it's that thing. Sometimes I'm almost more excited when games get kind of released on the sly, when there hasn't been months or years and years to hype something up and to gather all of your expectations, because you expect certain things at that point, Things have been hyped, things have been talked about, you've seen things, you let your imagination run wild a little bit, right? And then sometimes your expectations are totally met and it's awesome. But I feel like more often than not, when a game, announces too early, let's say it like that, expectations aren't met because people just go a little bit crazy.
You want to know my life hack for that? I don't have expectations.
I knew she was going to say that.
My biggest hope for pretty much any game is like, oh my god, just let it be fun. Yeah, hype trains don't work for me that way. Just like, I don't know. I mean, I hope it's fun, but I'm not about to get overly excited or, let my imagination run wild till I see what it has to offer.
Very fair. And I think pricing wise, I think this will be retailing at what?
I don't know.
35?
I don't know.
I saw something about $35 a while back.
I could see doing really well at like a 25 price tag. 30, 35, it's gonna kind of depend on how much like content there is. Like,
okay, so on the official Nintendo.com US store, it is retailed for $34.99 US.
Okay, so that's a bit of a steep price. I mean, obviously it's not, considering game development.
It's kind of the max that I would like to pay for it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, this is, of course, Weta Workshop, which did, I think, didn't they do all the props for Lord of the Rings? I'm pretty sure they're like a prop company. I think the heart's gonna be there, and so it's really gonna boil down to whether or not the gameplay is. Because that is a steep price tag for a cozy game. It kind of boils down to, I mean, how long can I play it?
But do you remember Hello Kitty Island Adventure?
Well, I didn't buy it.
No, I know you didn't buy it.
It's too damn expensive.
I don't actually remember if I bought it or if I got a code for it. Not gonna lie.
I think you got a code for it.
I think so too, because I was like, I'm not spending
that money.
You
wanted to buy it, but you
couldn't.
Yeah.
Again, that was a cute game, but for what it is, the price tag is way too steep.
I mean, one of my community members asked if there was a demo or not, and I think it could be a game that would really benefit from a demo, so that you can kind of feel
Tales of the Shire.
Yeah, so you can get a feel for it before you fork out $35.
I mean, there's still a chance. There's still a chance they'll add a demo on release day.
I think it would be wise. It would be wise. I mean, I'm still excited for it. I think it's going to be fun. I'm, for me, I'm like, okay, it's going to be Animal Crossing in the Shire. Yeah. That's all I really need. And so as long as it can hit that metric, I'll be fine.
Yeah. What are some other games you've got there? You've got Tony Island Adventure.
Yeah, Tony Island Adventure. That's actually a game I will be playing on Thursday, because that is the launch day. And this is a very indie dev. Very indie dev. They're Brazilian. They even do most of their promotional posts in Brazilian.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's this cute little pixel game, almost like Game Boy Advance era, or like Game Boy Color era pixel game. And I think it might even play small like that. I'm not sure yet. I haven't quite loaded it up yet. But like when you look at it, you're just like instantly Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, And actually, one of the ways that they advertise themselves is, do you like playing Legend of Zelda, but don't have 40 hours to finish a
Yeah.
story?
Yes.
And that is their selling point. It's a
I love that.
small little 8-bit game. They gave me, so I have a key. I got a key for this game. Disclaimer. They gave me the manual for the game is styled like a Game Boy Advance booklet. It's
Oh my
so
god.
cute.
Oh my god.
And you're just Tony, this little pizza-obsessed sailor dog, stranded on an island. And so you're wandering around. It's just an island full of dogs. There are no cats. And apparently you just
Boo!
wander around, doing puzzles and maybe hopefully making it more peaceful, because apparently things are not what they seem in this cute little island. So I don't know. I found it really charming what it was accomplishing, which is kind of that nostalgia going back to these smaller games. I'm really excited to check it out. I can't wait to
It sounds really
see.
cute, honestly.
Yeah, just like a little 8-bit game. Really, when you look at the trailer, it evokes Pokemon so strongly. I'm excited for it.
Pokemon, and I want to like segue into something, but I know we have other games to talk about.
We will have to. Well, they had the direct, didn't they?
They did have to direct.
It's up to you. We can go a little bit longer if you want to talk about Pokemon. But Tony's Island Adventure comes out July 24th. If you want to see the game in action, I will be streaming it on that day, starting at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time.
And remember, with these indie games, if you're interested in any of them, absolutely wishlist them. It really helps the devs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one click. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, and when you play them, for the love of Gob, please review games, especially indie games. Review them. If you enjoyed it, you don't even have to say much. Just review them, because for indie devs, they don't get certain features to their Steam page until they hit a certain amount of reviews, positive reviews. So when you're playing these small games, every review counts. And even if you don't like the game, be honest. But yeah, review these games. Add them to your wish list if you have any interest in them. It all helps.
Yeah.
All right, what did you want to talk about Pokemon?
Hi. So Pokemon Direct happened today. Or Pokemon Presents, whatever you want to call it. They announced some more like Pokemon Cafe game things and TCG stuff and things that sorry, personally I'm not super invested in. But they also showed us a little bit of the new Pokemon game. ZA, which I have mixed feelings about. So I was watching it through a friendo's stream this morning. She streamed
you're hanging
early
out
this
with T.
morning. Yeah, I was hanging out with T, and she pointed out something very important. People were angry and Pokemon like chat, like because they were presenting the other things, and people were writing because they just wanted to hear about the new mainline game, right? And he was saying people need to stop writing over this because like Pokemon hasn't done just a mainline game in very many years now. And something occurred to me when she said that. And I'm like, yeah, she's right. And while some of the things that they have done, like Pokemon Unite, have been really cool, I also feel like if they would focus a little bit more again on the mainline games, they would be better again. Because I feel like they used to be decent. I don't know if it's just maybe probably part of it probably was that I was just younger, you know. But the last Pokemon game, Scarlet and Violet, I did not finish it. And I did not finish it because while it was like the first like open world 3D, the way that they did it in there, like first of its kind in that sense. And that was really cool. They completely deleted some of the very basic Pokemon features
Oh,
from that
really?
game. You have always been able to talk to every single NPC in Pokemon. Every single NPC, every single Pokemon that you see around in the city, in the world, you've always been able to interact with. Every single building, you were able to, if it had a door, you were able to enter that building.
That's
They were
true.
not just cardboard buildings. Pokemon Violet and Scarlet had cardboard buildings. They had buildings there that you could not enter. They were just there for show, which is so incredibly disappointing. I remember when I was, God, what was I think I was like 14. And we were playing, was it Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, like the original? I think so. And my friend was visiting from the States, and she brought like a guide with her, and she was like super meticulous about doing like 100%ing the game. And I had never played Pokemon that way, right? I've never had a guide. And that was the first time I saw a guide, and that's the first time that I saw how intricate Pokemon really it was, like all the little hidden details and stuff like that that you could find, you know. From that moment on, I always bought a guide with every single one of my Pokemon games. But in Violet and Scarlet, that feature was lost. Like, they took so much away from it for the price of it basically being 3D and looking cooler. You know, I understand. I do really love that we get to like um see Pokemon now pop up in the wild and like chase after them or actually physically escape from them. I think that's really, really cool, and that was introduced in I think Arceus, right?
Yeah, something like
That
that.
is absolutely amazing, and I wanna keep that. But don't take away my buildings. Like, it's just part of the charm. It's
Well,
for me, it's part of the Pokemon game to be able
yeah.
to enter and explore every single nook and cranny.
Well, and I think the
And
problem was scope, right? They started making these
yeah,
bigger and bigger cities, and you weren't in Kanto anymore, where
no,
everything's like a small village and there's like one major city. So I understand from
no,
that perspective, but I can definitely sympathize just because it's just like, well, why bother having the building there if it's just
exactly.
for
So
looks?
now with Sade, like I wanna buy it and I wanna play it out of like sheer curiosity. I'm not excited for it. Like, let me be very straight here. I'm 0 excited for this game. I don't have high hopes for this game at all. But as someone who's been playing Pokemon literally my entire gaming life, I feel like I owe it to myself to see what it's gonna be about, like truly, you know.
Well, and you could be,
Um,
pleasantly wrong.
I'm hoping. I'm honestly hoping I'm gonna be pleasantly wrong about it. So far, it looks like we are restricted to one single city.
Oof, that's an interesting choice. I mean, if it's really intricate though, like
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, because I could
That's
see
what
that
I'm
that would be part of the
hoping.
problem, right? Is the scope
Yeah.
problem. So like if it's just one city, kind of like the
There
cyberpunk
seems
thing,
to
one
be like
city that's very intricate, except for in cyberpunk you couldn't go into any buildings.
yeah.
um
Couldn't
but
make a
yeah,
whole jump and scale buildings.
it would be
Um,
disappointing to be in one city and then not be able to
yeah.
explore every nook
They're
and
bringing
cranny
they're
of the
bringing
city.
certain things, yeah, and they're bringing certain things back, like, there's one Pokemon called Furfrou that you're gonna be able to, like, get different hairstyles for it. I guess it's a kind of poodle-esque Pokemon, so you're gonna be
Oh,
able to, like, fashion it, and that's, I guess,
interesting.
interesting, yeah. Um, Dragonite's getting a Mega Form. There's gonna be some cool-ish things, and there's gonna be different type of battles from daytime and nighttime kind of thing. But I did not see any kind of wild exploration area. I just saw cityscape. So
Interesting.
I'm very worried that it's gonna be just in a city and that it's gonna be mainly just battle focused, which I guess Pokemon always was battle focused because like you're either battling trainers or wild Pokemon kind of thing. But when you were able to explore different landscapes throughout, it didn't feel like you were just battling,
Well,
you
it
know?
sounds
And
to
I
me more like a Pokemon Coliseum, or what was that other one? There was another
uh
Pokemon game on like GameCube or something. It might have been
I never
Coliseum
had a
too.
GameCube.
Um, where you were basically just Pokemon Coliseum, and then there was like a little bit of places you could explore outside of it. Like I so
Yeah.
vividly remember this game, but I can never
then it
remember
shouldn't-
what game it was.
But then to me, it shouldn't be considered a mainline Pokemon game. You know what I mean? For a mainline Pokemon game, I have certain expectations. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So,
But
yeah.
then I guess my question is, cannot the main line branch out to include more?
Is it branching out and including more if they're restricting us to one single city?
Depends on how big the city is.
Eh, I'm salty about it.
We're getting
I'm
old
salty about it.
old man Luna over here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Pokemon Coliseum.
Okay.
I don't know. I remember it because it was like this kind of hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, we might get some more Luna thoughts on Pokemon as it gets closer to the launch, and maybe we get some more information. So keep your ears open, I
October
guess.
16th is when it releases. So we're
Um,
still a little out.
yeah. So they'll do some more promotion leading up to it. But yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Well, since we were talking about Cardboard City Sims.
Oh
No,
boy.
That's gonna be another rant. TLDR, basically, long story short, Sims needs to stop giving us a new neighborhood every single expansion if they're just gonna make it a cardboard cutout and not actually let us interact with the world.
That's
This is,
been
I guess,
Sims 4's
relating
whole problem for me.
for real. Like, oh my god. But it's so bad now. Like, the more recent expansions are so bad with the cardboard cutouts, you know? Like, the initial were okay, somewhat. I mean, you weren't able to explore the world like you are able to
Yeah,
in
they
Sims
didn't have
3,
the life of
obviously.
Sims 3. I couldn't get
No.
over it, to be honest. It's why I've never played very much Sims 4 because it just really bugged me.
That's very fair. I understand why they didn't do that. Like, I can embrace that they didn't do that. But,
Yeah,
like,
it's fair.
the whole cardboard cutout cities, I
It feels
don't.
insulting.
Yeah, and like there was this new area that I've released a while back, but I only just got recently. And I was excited to play in that map, and it was basically a maze of just these cardboard buildings.
Oof.
It's bad. It's so bad. The 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 cast items, the world, like the furniture items and stuff like that, all those are really cool. Like so many items that we're getting is like top tier Sims items, you know, really cool. But the world building, come on guys, you can do better than this.
Well, and it would
Honestly,
be less
do better.
egregious if they weren't selling, like worlds, stories, and item packs
$50 a
all
piece.
like differently. Because it's just like, okay, well, if I'm just buying this for the items, then shouldn't it be an item pack?
Yeah. They do have item packs now, essentially, which
Yeah.
are only
Yeah,
cosmetic.
the
but
decor
they still cost
packs.
5 a pop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. They've just kind of lost their way, unfortunately. At least for the Sims that I liked to play. Like I can just kind of hand wave it and say Sims 4 isn't for me, but it's hard to say if they'll ever get back.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. I like cardboard cities. If you're gonna give me a city, let me interact with the city. Otherwise, don't bother.
Or like give me a reason why I can't interact with the city, like you're making
An
me run
actual
through
reason.
it because I'm being chased by a monster or something. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I
Yeah.
get it. I can definitely sympathize with that as a gamer who like kind of tries to go into every single door that allows me.
Absolutely.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. We had a little
I
bit of
ran
a rant.
over.
We had a little bit of a rant. We ran over a little, but let's get
We
through.
did say
Yeah.
we did say we do a hot take every week. So that's a hot
I
take.
told her I only have cold takes. All right, we have a couple more releases on the horizon between now and the next podcast. Hotel Galactic, I won't talk about much because we've talked about it a lot. That's also July 24th, so Thursday. We've got, obviously, like we mentioned, Tales of the Shire on the 29th. Another game that was on my radar that comes out on July 30th is called Morgan Metal Detective. And it's just a cute little like narrative game where you're going around with your metal detector and, looking for stuff. It's cute. I love those games. I'm a sucker for those. July 31st, we have a game called Heartworm, which is, I played a demo for this. And it's like a little pixel horror game. Where you have a camera. Your camera is essentially your weapon, and you're like going through the world, trying to get back to the regular world. You're like stuck in a world of memories. The thing that was interesting about this one is the very old like PS1 style graphics. It's very nostalgic survival horror game. That I enjoyed the demo for it, so I'm excited to check it out eventually. And lastly on my list is August 4th, we have Kato's Post Office.
This actually looks really cute, like based off just the banner I want to play.
Yeah, and so this is like a, from what I understand, it's a shorter game. And you're just, you're just Kato, and you're delivering mail to the townsfolk and getting to know them and stuff. So it's just like a little cozy game where you're delivering mail and talking to other cats. It just looks incredibly cute.
It sounds incredibly cute. That's kind of good. I'm going to put that on my wish list, actually.
Yeah. I didn't know it was so close to coming out, but I received an email from them, so I will most likely be showcasing this. But yeah, that's what I had for the upcoming games on this list. Yeah.
Who's that?
Thank you.
And I think that makes the end of the podcast.
That's right.
It's okay. It's all right. Don't cry. We'll be back. We'll be back on August 5th, actually.
That's right. August 5th is our next podcast episode. Do we know what we'll be talking about? No. We'll figure it out by then.
Probably within an hour before the podcast.
You did really good this week.
I did, didn't I?
You did. You did it way earlier. I was shook. All right. Thank you all.
Woke up, already had a message. She was like, well, what?
I did. I was like, oh, okay.
Luna's on top of it?
Yeah, I was very proud. Yeah, thank you all so much for joining us for Pixel Yaps, where we yap about video games and Luna does hot takes. I am Cesire. I stream at twitch.tv/it'satree with 3 E's. You can also find me on YouTube, youtube.com/@itsacesire.
And I'm a Loonaromi. Call me Luna. I also stream about 3 to 4 times a week on twitch.tv/Loonaromi. I upload almost daily on TikTok and YouTube. It's Loonaromi on both of those as well. And this podcast will be going up on Spotify. You can look for Pixel Yaps on Spotify and also on my YouTube channel. Again, that will be youtube.com/@Loonaromi. Thank you so much for joining us this week, and happy gaming, happy yapping. We'll see you on August 5th.
See you next time.
Pixels and yaps, pixels and yaps. We like pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps, pixels and yaps. We're yapping about pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps.